That says something here. Just got to look for that Mirana rotation. Save is the wild card of the map in this first 10 minutes. He doesn't have to sit with this axe. He can kind of play in the dire jungle. He can threaten the arrow on the mid off the Dragon Tail. He can threaten an arrow off of the early axe called top if you find a support. Him just being off map is really scary. And you see this early dire ward. This is just for the Mirana in this upper jungle to scout the rotations to mid. So Aurora, they're on point today. Like, they're thinking about where the threats are going to come from on this map. Already planning out for it. Nice idea. That's a classic anti-Mirana ward. Lanes are starting to swing Boomboys' way a little bit here. Particularly Thunderlord. I just cannot exist down here. You're seeing the regen investment. That's all net worth down the drain just to stand on the lane. Nice rotation, though.
Bushwhack into Sunstrike, but it's going to miss. Doesn't really matter. He's surrounded by too many heroes. So good rotation. I mean, if you're not going to win that lane, I think Mira did about as much as he can do.
For sure.
With given, as you said, the runaround to Undying. But now that's kind of over with. WS is just in hell, and Mira can't save him. So better to just win that top lane more.
This does free up Kataomi. He can kind of choose what he wants to do now this lane is done. Undying's not the best at rotating mid.
Yeah,
However,
what does freed up Undying really mean?
I think you do have that option because you have the DK. He can just Elder Form, stun this Evoker, you drop Tombstone Blood Grenade, Mikoto's dead 100%.
Drop the Sentry to catch that deep laning mid ward.
Got to keep the Catapult alive here. They're just bringing everybody mid. Even Miro's tagging along.
Miro with the Battle Hunger is going to chase after Kari. Save, gets himself out of danger, and on top of this Dragon Knight, the Sunstrike's going to come through, bringing him low, but Kari can't really stop this. Tries to go for the Roshan deny, but the aggro drawn by Miro. Very nicely done. They take that mid ward, but ultimately, they did not get as much pressure on this mid tower as I think they were hoping for.
Oh, there's a haste rune for GPK.
Well, that's going to help out a lot. He's still got Dragon Form for a few more seconds. Dragon Tail into the arrow. The TPs are coming in, but the damage, it's going to overwhelm Mikoto. They turn back around and kill Save, but it's at the cost of the Invoker's life. Maybe they get the Undying as well. GPK picks up the extra support with the TP in from Nightfall. He collects the Undying kill.
Getting another ward? Ooh. Wait, nobody got that? What? Interesting. That was an ops, right? I'm not blind.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, never mind. Anyway, that was a really nice haste rune.
Okay.
That really bailed out that entire skirmish. I'm surprised that Kataomi just chose never to drop Tombstone at any point in that. Kind of interesting.
Yeah, that was weird.
Does have it now, though. Looking to contest the Wisdom Shrine.
Ooh, arrow slips right on by. Could have been the kill. Still will be the kill on WS with the Reaper Scythe complete. And that is double Wisdom Shrines for Boomboys. So now you're seeing the effect of that laning phase win.
Oh, yeah.
They set themselves up to win all 3 lanes, and they are compounding that with some objective taken.
A really nice level advantage starting to grow. You got some extra net worth on that Reaper kill right on the line, but you get the stack. A little extra value. I'm very happy with that sequence in the end. And now you're going to get another Elder Form straight into the mid tower. There's another Glyph forced.
TP coming in, but they spot it. Still the pressure mounting on GPK. Already got him down to half. The Tombstone's helping out, but Jakiro easily deals with that, and GPK slowed down underneath this tower. Another successful defense for Aurora around this tower, and even better than last time. Last time they had to make some rough trades in order to keep this mid tower healthy. This one was clean.
That is a rough go of it for Boomboys. When you play as DK Invoker, you need to always have the numbers every time this DK hits the tower. You cannot let him just get fried by the Invoker spells. You know, it's effectively Brown Boots Invoker just killed your mid-hero. That's a big swing for Aurora. They're even going to get the axe top.
Yeah, all of a sudden, good job on your laning phase win, boys.
Yeah, what happened?
Aurora just ripped that away from you with a couple of fast kills.
And all you're left to do is just go back mid again with the next form. There really isn't another point of pressure here. This is the issue with trying to snowball lanes at this level. It's just so hard to pull it off. We aren't really seeing anybody achieve this other than maybe Vision at the top of the chart right now.
Yeah, and that's
there's a lot of things going on with them. So
yeah, they're just really goddamn good. So
Yeah,
how much of that is, you know, them strategizing versus them just being better?
It's just not a meta to run games over. We're just not seeing it. Most of them are going later. Most of the win conditions are in the 40 to 50 minute period, I want to say.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the longest average game length of any TI so far. So
that's good for the viewers. I enjoy that. There's been a lot of comebacks too, so you also have to kind of anticipate that even if you build a lead, nothing is secure here. It just makes these kind of drafts a little hard to execute. So Boomboys, you got to take a little breather here. Not try and overforce things. Continue to play to scale. Make sure you hit your Necrophos timings. Those are going to be the biggest in this game. You will always have this sacked Underlord that you can kind of abuse in the fights.
Ten-minute power rune is top lane, a regen there, which will be denied by the Invoker. A totally free farming Necro is still going to be a threat, even if Boomboys lost some of their advantage. This is going to be a very fast Radiance.
He's going to have to make something happen with it, though. He's going to have to bring the other two cores back in this game a little bit. And we see Aurora targeting Heritage down here, looking for the smoke wrap around. Cheeky little kill he's not going to necessarily expect.
This is quite the move. They hit him with the shackle, got him. Follow-up bushwhack, Sunstrike, goodbye.
Easy burst damage right there. Nice rotation. Nice call. A little extra, you know, attention given to this Underlord who is otherwise sacked in the lane phase. Even gonna maybe get the tower off the catapult timing, everything lining up. Your only concern is what's happening top and mid with the other Radiant catapults, right? You have this DK mid pushing in and you left top lane, so that tower's also taking a lot of damage. You're gonna have to gate back top, try and defend this, and send the Invoker back mid. But also, they did it pretty quickly. They're gonna save their tier 1s here.
Yeah, and mid didn't really take any damage.
No.
So.
This mid tower being full is insanely good for Makoto. Like, he's at spa day right now. He's just chilling on the beach. Like,
of the mid heroes, Invoker's got to be like top 3 when it comes to keeping your mid tower alive, right? Tinker is probably number 1, right?
Tinker, Invoker, Arc Warden? I don't know if you count Arc Warden as...
yeah, I guess so.
I don't know if you count that hero, but whatever.
I mean, they're all the same kind of archetype.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. It's these slow to build up but super powerful late call. Hammer. This is a lot faster than it used to be. And the same is true for Tinker as well, right? Tinker can do this with March. So I think you have a bit more reason to defend this mid tower, and you also have a bit more recovery options if it does fall. Like, it goes both ways. Depends how much the enemy can occupy this area. But he's getting a lot right now to this jungle. Boomboys are nowhere close to occupying this. They're going to try and smoke the DK blink in here now, but it's late to the party. And they're not even bold enough to go up that ramp. So this is just all free GPM time for the Invoker.
Yeah, what are they got to wrap down the side of the map to catch the Underlord?
This feels like a muted play in terms of, even if you land this on the Underlord, so what?
Wait, they might get the Wind Ranger. Oh my goodness, Nightfall, he came through the gate. Fortunately, trouble here. If he takes too much damage, it's going to be Reaper's Scythe coming his way with no saves available. WS back through the gates.
Wait, he just didn't Dragon?
Pulled him up, Sunstrike. Oh, the Necro. almost dies, gets off a Lotus, and sadly for Aurora, they miss out on that opportunity.
Chop top too. What just happened? They were trying to make the gate rotation bottom onto the Necrophos and just got completely caught off guard.
I mean, I guess the two-man smoke play worked. Did they know that that play was coming? It seems like a kind of insane read.
My guess is that smoke was originally we're going to kill Underlord down here and pressure the tower because we have Reaper. They're basically smoking to Reaper. And that just fell into the lap. Like, oh, okay. We'll take the way bigger kill. Oh, that's an insane sequence for Boomboys here.
Yeah, fair.
They're going to have Blink on the Axe now, too. I mean, that was big for Miro. He got the kill into the tower, into another wave. Ooh.
Now they'll have kind of all three of their heroes online. While Boots of Travel's done for the Necro, we'll have the initiation for the Axe and the initiation of the Dragon Knight. Aurora is going to have to play some good defense for the next 10 minutes.
Invoker's still in a really good spot. That's the good news for them. Kodo is just jacked to the gills, so you can play around him earlier than you might have otherwise been able to.
And
I don't think you can really force any move here, given the map state.
I do kind of want to see him just farm GPK, because
yeah,
I think whenever you have a farming shard, you need to be able to buy it at 15 minutes. You know what I mean?
I just don't want to see him fall behind. I think that's the biggest thing with Dragon Knight for me.
Sure. Well, one good way to not fall behind is to get your farming shard at 15 minutes.
Or get it off Tormentor, your third net worth. The double-edged sword, I suppose.
Katelmi staying in front of his precious Necro, making sure that Aurora
feels like neither team wants to just force the issue up a ramp. Some really annoying spells to fight into if you're the aggressor here. The blinks are online for Boomboys though. The Axe one's flying out. He doesn't have it right now, but it's on the courier.
Baiting out and aim damage, both sides baiting it out and save. He'll break the stalemate by denying it. If I can't have it, nobody will.
Still expect Boomboys to smoke with this Axe Blink to try and make something happen. They can Boots of Travel the Necrophos into the play. They'll have another Dragon Form in 5 seconds.
Yeah, I think for
mid-tower to fight for.
I think it's much better for Aurora if nothing happens, right? If they can get WS to his Aghanim Scepter and level 2 gate, changes a lot.
For sure. They're pretty happy with the static map state right now, so you gotta upheaval this. And you gotta get this mid-tower down. It's just causing you too many problems in terms of where the Axe and the Dragon Knight are playing. They're smoking the Axe top, looking for Nightfall. It's the biggest prize on the map. It's just not gonna lead into an objective necessarily.
Why do people level up gate, by the way?
Well, hold that thought. You gotta go here, right?
Got the call on him. Follow up Ice Path. Arrow is gonna land though, and no dunk, but still a kill. Nice TP away. Was a good idea. Unfortunately, just a half a second too late. Still gets caught.
That's something, I guess, off that Axe Blink. You're happy with that individual exchange. Again, though, not leading to any sort of progression on the map. It's the only downside of it here. And Aurora, they're going to make a play off that. A backstab off the bottom gate rotation. Do Boomboys have the read? Oh,
if they see him catch Heritage first, it would be really good for them. Instead, it's Katelmi. And Boomboys head for the hills. Play to the high ground. Actually drop a ward even for the potential turnaround. Moonlight Shadow, they're going to chase after these heroes with the Invoker. He's out. They'll catch Kaori, and a little Reaper Scythe kill for Kiritich.
All right. Not the worst outcome for them off of that big smoke play. Still trying to fight for this bottom area. Tormentor in 2 minutes. Trying to find another stun.
Now the Dragon Tail's set up, but unfortunately saves arrow, doesn't land.
Okay. A little mercy shown there. Wasn't able to get the Starstorm connection. I can't believe this mid tower is full HP at almost 20 minutes. It's wild.
Against a Dragon Knight.
Yeah.
That should never happen. And in fact, it's going to be the Dragon Knight's tower that goes down first as the Forge Spirits pushing in over and over again, and even got the last hit. Katomi was unable to secure a deny.
Makoto doing work in this game right now. Controlling a lot of space, negating a lot of tempo at the same time. Invaluable for this Underlord to farm back up, for Nightfall to hit his KB timing. It's a very frustrating hero to play against in these games where you just can't break the map open. If you can kill him that one time, it feels great. Otherwise, you're just chasing ghosts. Hope you have the better scale here. That's all. That's all I'm thinking if I'm Boomboys right now, because you did not run this game over. And it's going to be really hard to force the issue until you have, I want to say, triple BKB, or at least double BKB Manta. Because you're going to be going into that Axe Underlord pit. You're going to be going into Invoker spells, Ice Path, Bushwhacks. Like, there's no way you can take an aggressive fight until you have some debuff immunity here. Try and find Nightfall again.
Would have been a big pickup. May still close that gap. Do manage to hit the call. Arrow coming in, does manage to land. And GPK will follow it through with the culling. They don't get the extra movement speed, but they do get the kill, but they can't get out very quickly. Now Makoto here for the punish. Tornado into the Meteor, right on top of the Dragon Knight's head. Yeah, you got the carry, but that's not the real carry. That's Makoto. Makoto's the one who's going to be scaling up and carrying this game. So a 1-for-2 trade, a 1-for-3 trade is very valuable for Aurora.
Might even get the fourth save. He's lingering around.
Yep, got shot by the Bushwhack. Sharpshooter from Mira. And Makoto raining shots in on save. 4 kills for Aurora. 3 of them going to Makoto's pocket. He is incredibly farmed now.
And the Necrophos never joins his fight. So it's just a bad overcommittal from Boomboys. You get that kill, you bail. Okay, I can understand it.
Nice kill from Kiritich, very sneaky. Secures his Wisdom Shrine and gets yet another Reaper's Scythe.
Gonna be level 18 after that. Pretty ridiculous. You're just giving so much to this Invoker in the game. Really scary. And that's the issue with forcing aggressive fights before you have BKBs. I just don't see how it's ever favorable for you, right? Even if you instant kill Nightfall here, you're gonna have to fight into the pits, the Macro Pyre, the Ice Path, a second pit, the Firestorm. Where are you supposed to go? There's no way to take the long engagement. If Necrophos is in the middle of this existing with you, maybe you win that long fight. Even then, I don't know. I think he just gets caught in all the gunk too. Really tough to make aggressive plays. I think you're just gonna have to play for your timings here. And I mean, the Aurora, they love that because their lineup thrives in this type of situation. BKB is already done for Invoker, by the way. That is fairly terrifying.
What is that? The problem is, Necro, as farmed as he is not a hero that can kind of like 1v5. As seen from how easily they dispatch with him. And a very nice smoke gank into triangle.
That is a picture-perfect kill right outside the Roche pit.
Yeah, straight to the Roshan with Focus Fire. That's pretty easy.
Alacrity Focus Fire, too.
Oh, yeah.
It gets stronger and stronger as the game goes on, and that is a very quick Roshan. What do you get for it if you're Boomboys? You get some map pressure bottom with that tier 1 falling. No exchange on the map. Free progression here for Aurora. And there's your Dragon Knight BKB. Oh, Makoto.
This could be massive. Hits him with the Dragon Tail. They've got the call. They've got the arrow. All of it coming through. Very nice, beautiful Bushwhack setup. They got to finish off this Invoker, and they will. It still costs them dearly. 2 for 1 to get the Invoker. Almost lost a third, but saved successfully. TPs out.
That was worth it.
Yes, it was a monster kill streak. A lot of gold for that kill.
I just ran up a ramp into some vision. Didn't get the BKB off in time. Ideal scenario for Boomboys. They do capitalize on it. There was a big streak. All went to GPK as well. As you know, he dropped his fireball. I was like, I'm out. Peace. I hope it's enough.
Radiant are
Back-to-back pickoffs on the two most important cores of Aurora.
This duo has been doing work in this game, that's for sure.
Yeah, they've found a lot of openings.
They picked it very quickly in that second phase, very confidently. They know how to execute the two-man gang squad.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Done some work, bought a lot of time. You can get to your triple BKB. That is the point in this game where you can strike. And you can ignore a lot of the control from Aurora. A lot of their capability in that 9-second interval is muted completely.
I mean, doesn't that kind of go both ways? It's not like Boomboys have the much of a physical damage threat.
I'd say they could, well, yeah, I guess that's fair, but they do have Axe with the Blade Mail call.
Yeah.
And I think their stun initiators are more reliable. So often it makes your BKB stronger because you're going to be able to start fights by either go in Dragon Tail, go in Axe Call, threaten the chain stun with arrow or the other stun. And you're popping BKBs while that happens. Whereas the enemy is not necessarily getting theirs off. And even if they BKB at that point, you're still killing that first target.
Right.
So I think it does give a slight advantage to Boomboys here if they can find the jumps. Moonlight Shadow helps you do that a little bit. Well, Save, you're flirting with danger down here.
And the kill from Mira.
He does have a lot of ward vision down here. Just did not scout all of that. Double Yule Scepter for the Aurora supports, by the way.
Yeah, they both have they have two different supports that utilize Yules pretty well as setup. Plus, very good against Axe, right?
Yes, you're gonna have to pop BKB preemptively if you're Miro, which is hard to do apparently. The more and more of these games I watch, it's surprisingly difficult.
It has been a bit of a problem at TI games we've casted.
I will say as a Dota player, your muscle memory is just not built to do that in sequence. That's the biggest reason. So I'm memeing a little bit, but there is some truth in, like, you have to train your brain to think about BKB jump instead of jump BKB, and a lot of players don't like doing it because if you BKB and then you second guess the jump, you look like a fool.
Sure.
But this is a game you can't afford to do that. The instant Yule Sub, there's Tornado off Invoker. There's too many problems for your Axe Call if you don't preemptively pop it.
All right, there they are. All three BKBs up for Boomboys, plus an amp damage.
Timing.
This is their time.
Yeah, this is the moment to strike and get something big out of this. And guess what? There's still a mid-tier 1
Yeah,
blocking your path.
it makes the smoke movement kind of awkward. Kiritich just says, screw it, I'll take the mid tower. Everybody smoked behind him, but Aurora just gonna give it to you. It's a 27-minute tier 1 mid. They're not too concerned about it. So ultimately the smoke is kind of fruitless. Makoto is going to get a Linkens to deal with this initiation from the Dragonite. May even see it block a Reaper Scythe if Makoto isn't the one initiated on.
That's fair.
Help somebody out. Oh no! That's not quite what you wanted. A little bit of dysynergy there may have allowed GPK to survive as they get the call out from Miro. Dragon Tail heading towards Nightfall. He actually managed to survive for a little while, but the Reaper side finished him off during the BKB. WS now popping a BKB of his own. Aurora retreating off of a failed initiation. Wait, the turnaround with the Meteor and the Sharpshooter. Oh, the Manta pop. It dodges a bit of damage. They're going to chase after a call on 2. They have the Yules, but the damage is done. Kiritich was able to separate. Now the arrow going after Makoto. He's making a run for it. They do have the Tombstone save. Beautiful stuff there from Kataomi. Gary's going to be run down. Makoto, he'll get out, it looks like, but disaster for Aurora. It should have been a clean kill on Dragonite.
How did it go so wrong? And beautiful execution from Boomboys. They salvaged that. Slight misplay with the Tornado Shackle. Ooh.
I mean, I won't say slight. I think that's a pretty bad misplay.
I say slight because at the start it's like, well, how bad could that misplay be, right? And it just spiraled from there.
It's also a setup. they saw the situation. Nice snipe from Mira.
Whirl. Always annoying.
Like, that wasn't a situation where it was like, oh my god, there's a hero right in front of us, and they both reacted really quickly. That was a planned, coordinated play.
Yes.
And they just didn't communicate who was doing what there.
Well, Makoto will find another pickoff. Aurora salvaging the after effects of this.
They really are.
This really didn't turn into too much of a boon here for Boomboys, but again, that was supposed to just be a bad situation. Beautiful spell casting, beautiful saves. The amount of sustain coming out from the Necrophos and the Undying was doing a lot of work in that engagement.
Yeah, we talked about the importance of saves in these. Like, these team fights are very long and drawn out, and when one side has saves, it does matter a lot in these later team fights.
100%. Especially when your heroes have a lot of innate regen. We're seeing a lot of hearts, a lot of, you know, Centaur heart, this type of stuff. You save that hero, he resets, he can regen back up.
Yeah.
It's like an Aegis.
And that's why Aurora are going to try and get some saves themselves. The Undying has the benefit of just an easy 1500 shard tombstone save. Aurora, with their double Yules, can make double Wind Wakers at some point. Mira's going to go for it, though Kaori wants an Aghanim Scepter.
I don't mind this. I don't think you need double Wind Waker in this game. You just need one for that Axe jump. Or the DK stun to break that chain stun combo.
And when you've got Underlord, you've got really good setup for Ag's Macro Pyre.
Yeah, the Ags looks pretty juicy here, I'm not gonna lie.
They kind of synergize together. The pit holds them in place for the damage. The Macro Pyre slows them down, so they're in the pit for longer, more likely to get more latches.
And these heroes are, again, pretty, they're not clunky, but Axe, DK, Necrophos, once they're in the fight, they're kind of just sitting there. They're not mobile.
Right.
There's no Ember Spirit in this game. There's no Storm. You drop a macro on some of these guys, they're probably tanking it for 5-6 seconds.
Vilifier, next choice for GPK, who has done a very good job recovering, right? Like, it was looking like a game that he might struggle to keep up, but he has. He's almost the same net worth as the Wind Ranger.
Oh, he's killing it. Already, like you said, level 20, so he has the Breathe Fire extra damage. He took the health, the cooldown, and the Breathe Fire damage talent. So going for more of that surviving spellcaster Dragon Knight than the scaling right click.
Yeah.
It's a lot of damage. It adds up. Another very important smoke to land here as you're trying to get something into the Roche spawn. Looks like they're going to find Jakiro. They're not going to him. They're looking for the bigger prize.
Kodo broke through the Lincolns. Oh, they managed to get a beautiful gate there to stop the follow-up initiation of the Axe. That surely would have been Makoto dead, but WS bails out his brother.
That was a beautiful timing.
It was so perfect. It was right as Miro was about to blink. They were keeping their distance specifically to chain the stuns.
You landed a full duration arrow on Invoker, and you couldn't even do anything about it because the disjoint's just so good. That's a very frustrating moment there for Boomboys. You land the smoke on the exact area you want, you get through the Lincolns, you land your chain stun, and you still can't capitalize on it. Perhaps a moment of concern.
Yeah.
Like, well, what does that situation look like other than that? That's better. Everybody just instantly blinking on top of the Invoker so you can't get gate disjointed?
Yeah, that's kind of awkward. You don't want to stack too much.
No.
If they get a Wind Waker save, then Makoto is able to maybe punish you real badly for stacking on top of him.
He has the extra Chaos Meteors. He just got the Shivas, so the AoE and the damage has ramped up considerably for this Invoker. You do clump into anybody else other than him.
The clump does also work to Boomboy's benefits, particularly if they can get level 25 on Kiritich. And he is not that far away from it. Level 23.5 right now.
Death Pulse is nice. Death Pulse is not saving you against this amount of damage, though.
Sure, sure.
You're going to get absolutely eviscerated if you end up 3 or 4 heroes on top of each other in this game. Aggressive play from Aurora. Just going to send it up the hill. Very bold.
Gonna run into GPK, spots him with a ward, lead off Tornado. It does give an opportunity for GPK to pop BKB.
Didn't cost too much. I guess you use your gate. That's
Radiant are scanning.
the biggest spell down right now. They're going to try and hold the area, but they're on the low ground. Instant
Smoke is going to work. Got the Shackle initiation. Follow up though. Call. Miro. He stops Nightfall where he can. Arrow's going to land on Nightfall and they instantly Reaper Scythe him. No save there from Aurora. Miro with a sharpshooter will bring down save. WS with his BKB will teleport out. Does not have a gate to return to this fight. So they're going to be missing him. Aurora left with 3 more teleports. It's almost got the Jakiro there off the call. Instead, it is Mira. Makoto got out. WS got out. 2 of the cores get away. Another win for Boomboys.
Nightfall never got his BKB off. Don't really know what happened to him. He just got instantly axe called after initiating the fight with Shackle. The Wind Waker did come through on the axe call, but the second he dropped down, he dropped into Arrow and just got psyched on top of it. I thought that was going to go worse for Boomboys considering they were on the low ground there. It looked really awkward. But once again, the mechanical gameplay in these team fights has been on point. And GPK is kind of a menace. These Dragon Knights doing a lot more work than I would have expected. These brief fires, they hit for 540, 9-second cooldown, plus a fireball on top. Like, it's chunking some of these heroes. You look at the damage numbers going into these cores. You just get hit by one spell. It's like a 4th year HP. You're just, oh, I gotta get the hell out of here.
And such a big AoE, it can hit so many heroes.
He's also just not the guy you really want to have to go on in this game. So if he can become a bigger damage threat, it's really annoying for Aurora. It's the extra scale in the tank here for Boomboys. They do win the fight. They get the Roshan. They get the Aegis. This should be level 25 for Kirtich as well. So they're in a nice spot right now. Kind of hitting a peak.
Mjolnir about to be done for GPK as long as he doesn't get caught by Aurora here. Really putting himself out there. Blinks back, picks it up.
The Moonlight, extra smoke, trying to find a little pick off. Aurora, they're gonna skedaddle out of there.
Dagger Reversal is
It's good.
it's so broken, man. He's kept it to tier 3.
Pretty good.
Trying to break through the trees. Mira, Wind Waker staying up in the air, but they have so many ways to get vision on him. Tombstone zombies will chase after him. Mow him down, and right next to the Tormentor too, so Boomboys can make this ultra efficient.
Nice little 2-for-1.
How's Save doing on his Aghanim Scepter, by the way? He's about 3/4 of the way there.
He's gonna get a shard.
And a fresh shard, so about to get both the Aghanims upgrades.
This game state's looking a lot better for Boomboys than I thought it would, given how strong the Invoker is. Like, he's 11-2, but they're building a net worth lead. They won that Roshan. These heroes are getting fairly tanky, scaling up.
And they're just always going to have the advantage of getting successful openings for fights because they're the ones with the extra smoke, right? Moonlight Shadow, that's so good late game. And Mirana also gives you those openings. Eventually, we're going to see like level 25 Mirana, right? Where you're just spamming out arrows and maybe you finally hit one that gives you an opening to go for a fight.
There's definitely some hidden scale in this lineup that's really annoying in the ultra late. You also get the Ags Dragon Knight for, you know, that Black Dragon, that all of a sudden you have this guy going over cliff lines and super tanky and just obnoxious as well.
Yeah, that's true. Like, who really puts out physical damage to threaten him?
It's the Wind Ranger, but again, the Wind Ranger is your only physical damage, so it's very easy for Miro to just target Nightfall every time.
Arrow is going to spot WS.
Has to save the call, though.
And it can call into Arrow chain stun, but they won't have the damage unless somebody else comes through. It's the Necrophos with the bots too. The Reaper's Sight to chain it.
Beautiful.
That's the kill. Nicely played by Boomboys.
That early bots too definitely gives you some extra kill threat. And you don't have to save that call for the BKB cancel. You just kill him straight up.
With level 25 and Aghanim Scepter soon on Kirtich, we are really going to test the limits of what a late game Necrophos can do.
He's so jacked though after that kill. 34,000 net worth. He's 10K ahead of Over.
Yeah, it is ridiculous how Kirtich has stayed so much more farm than anybody else in this game.
Yeah,
Even when Boomboys was losing fights, man was farming him up a mountain.
he has looked amazingly good on this hero right now.
Is under attack.
Honestly, like Kiritich, of all the like carry players that have been on these Boomboys rosters over the years, I think they've looked best with Kiritich,
Yeah,
even though,
team, yeah.
even though the individual rankings of carries, nobody would put Kiritich above some of the others
maybe
that
they
they've had,
should.
right?
Some respect on his name.
I think absolutely.
There's the Black Dragon form. Gonna help with this siege.
Yeah, it is going to be rough for Aurora to deal with. Kiritich just diving forward with his Shivas.
Aegis out in 20 seconds. You're gonna try and stall that, but he's gonna be able to slot in an Ags that's arriving for him too, so that just upped his damage considerably. A fully eaten Sin is
They're going to try for the Dragonite. Go for the break off the sharpshooter. Oh, he's so low. The heal is coming in for the Necrophos. They do manage to get a Miro. His initiation was stopped by WS. Another great gate play. And a dying tombstone that only delays the inevitable here as he pops out with a flesh golem. A second death. A second kill for Aurora. And a nice defense hold. They are still able to fight if you're Boomboys. They have the Undying back into play.
gonna hold the high ground.
Hold the high ground, get a quick kill onto the Jakiro. Do not have to use any Reaper's Sight. Use it for Mira for an extra kill, but he didn't die immediately. Wind Waker's on out of there. Bushwhack holding in the Necrophos. The Sunstrike, it lands, doing some damage. Shackle Shot follows through. The Firestorm's building up. Shivas to slow him down a little bit more, but a Force Staff got him far enough away. Resetting back up to the high ground. Oh, yeah, TPing over to the tier 2. They really do not want to let these guys get away. A beautiful tornado hits on 3. Here comes the meteor drop right onto Kiritich's head. Shackle Shot holds him in there for a while, and yeah, they just cannot seem to kill him, man. And the AoE damage over time, it's finishing off Aurora. Eula Scepter goes out, but Makoto's still in trouble. Need the cooling plate. They don't need it. BB,
Oh
they get him.
He's a beast.
They
dude.
just cannot handle Kiritich in a 4 versus 5.
Look at the damage on the Invoker. He took 1,000 from Heartstopper.
Oh my god, what an arrow from Save. Not gonna dive in for the kill though.
The Invoker is dying trying to kill Kiritich. That's pretty. It's just how farm he is. He ate an entire ag, so he got to keep all of his item slots on top of outputting that extra Heartstopper. Just disgusting.
And it means so much when he like starts that skirmish with a kill, right?
Oh yeah, the region just goes insane.
Yep.
And he finds an arcane rune. Okay. Brother, 1.9 second death pulse. You don't want none of this right now.
Gonna be slowed down, Mira. Oh, it's just too much mobility, too much tank to handle. All the way back to the fountain. Mira's chased too.
What a beastly performance right here.
And look at him, he's trying to leave right now.
Trying to get the other lane.
Trying to get the lanes in quick as possible. They still have the top lane. They can go for free. They don't have to worry about bottom tier 2.
He's 13,000 ahead. He's an entire save ahead.
Yeah. Aurora, what are you gonna do about this?
He is the net worth difference. That's wild.
It seems like Nightfall, I mean, you gotta get a nullifier, I think, or something for the Necros and focus fire him down alongside the Invoker.
You need anti-healing. You need a Crochet or some Vessel hit or something, right? You have 0 anti-healing in the lineup right now. No Crochet, no Vessel, no
how is that
Scotty.
possible?
Well, they didn't build any of it. What do you mean, how is that possible?
How is that possible? The professional team did not build any anti-heal against carry Necrophos, who has kind of been the biggest threat for 20 minutes.
I think it is it's biting them here a little bit. They went double Octarine between the Invoker and the Underlord. I mean, these are great Octarine heroes. But one of those could be a Crochet, could give you a little bit of extra oomph against this Necrophos. That's the biggest problem right now. They underestimated it. And it brought the other cores into this game. Right now, this Dragonite is level 25 as well. So he gets the Wrath bonuses. You have the Black Dragon online. He's doing some serious damage. He's a big problem.
I mean, I guess to be fair, I thought Invoker would deal with the Necro.
I also thought he would have the damage.
Clearly, Aurora thought the same as us, but
He even has Conjurer's Catalyst, Timeless. Like, the damage should be there. You have an Ag's macro.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Broke through the linkage, tornado goes out, BKB activated from Makoto, stops the initiation. He's gonna get a really good meteor on some of these heroes, spaled out by the tombstone, so not that much damage. Bots 2, back over to the other side. Kiari in some trouble, Reaper's Scythe. All that Kiritich wants is to get that regen flowing, and that Aghanim Scepter, it's so much AoE damage, Aurora cannot fight into it.
So this type of engagement is why I felt they needed a initiator that was reliable for Nightfall, because the way we're watching these fights go down, you're basically just running into Boomboys, and what is happening to progress your team fight? Like, there's just nothing setting up all the damage. You either have to aggressively Fiend's Gate on somebody or land a Shackle. And we're just not seeing those land. There's a Tombstone save for one of them if it does land. And then you're just kind of desperately throwing out damage and trying to retreat. So the initiation has to be more decisive here from Aurora, and they have to just kind of full send and commit it and find a way to land these stuns, check the Undying with somebody else, and go from there.
Level 25 for GBK. Went for the 50% Worm's Wrath bonuses. If you haven't played Dragon Knight in a while, that's no longer the armor and stuff. His passive is now the AoE, so he's got huge fireball.
Radiant are scanning.
I wonder if there's any item you can build to... I guess it doesn't matter. Nothing really changes it, but he's going to be doing a lot of damage in the late game, that's for sure. He's thinking about the Nullifier.
Another level 25 will be the Axe very soon. We have level 20 on both the Mirana and the Undying. So they got some very nice talents for both of them. Starstorm off the Aghanim Scepter arrows.
Only gets better from there.
Going to be doing more damage, and the Tombstone is harder to deal with. Meanwhile, Aurora, only level 25 they have is WS's Underlord, who did go for the Pit of Malice route. But it feels like they have a damage problem.
They have to get BKBs out of Boomboys early, reset, and then win after they're expired. I think that's kind of the only way Aurora wins a fight, because their initiation is just too unreliable.
Yeah.
And there's a Tombstone save. So you're going to have to go in, bait some spells, and win on the second salvo. That's going to be really difficult without somebody getting caught.
And it's hard to get them to use their BKBs because, one, they're very tanky, and two, they have the save of the Undying.
Yes.
So you can't just drop a meteor on them and be like, haha, you have to BKB now. Like, these heroes can't tank that. And there's a save. And there's heals. So it takes, like, a really hefty commitment from Aurora to get that BKB to be used in the first place.
Could fight the Roche. That's another way to kind of bypass it, because then they have to commit to the team fight.
Sure.
See what Aurora can muster here. Been tough so far. And GPK, he can just cliff walk this entire area. Really annoying.
Do have constant ways to get vision inside of the pit. Kiritich pushing out, pushing into them with the Moonlight Shadow.
Got a shield room. Oh, it gets dispelled.
Got the initiation call there. Emira in some trouble. And he's killed. Aurora don't really get much out of Boomboy so far. The Reaper Scythe going to be used. There's that extra regen for the Necrophos. 2 supports down. They just have the course to deal with. Save. He's going to get blown up by Nightfall real quickly. WS, he got all these heroes inside the pit, but Makoto and Nightfall were just dealing with the support.
Didn't even get the BKBs.
Yeah.
They held 2 of them the entire fight. Never needed it. There's a refresher for doubles Scythe, just in case you needed it. There's one on Roshan as well. $45,000 net worth on Kiritich. Wild. He's already closing in on that 1,000 GPM. His game's not even over. It's yeah, what a performance here in game 1.
I mean, Makoto is going to get 25 soon. I don't think that changes anything.
No, not too much.
Nightfall's level 25 can change things if they can go and, like, you know, kill one of those supports like they did, and he could still have another focus fire for the fight. But none of this I'm seeing address Necro. I don't see even an item being queued up that I feel like handles the hero in any way.
They gave up trying to address him.
I think so too.
That would kill anything else in the fight.
Well, Kiritich
Pick your poison here.
got the call into Makoto. The arrow to follow it up. They do have the Wind Waker save. Makoto.
No.
Yeah, he's still Reaper's side.
The arrow stun just lasts so long.
Yeah, Wind Waker doesn't actually get you out of that stun. You come back down, you're still stunned. Focus fire being attempted, Pit holding him into place. There's the Undying Tomb save.
By the Evoker there.
More Pit obnoxiousness. The Ice Path is going to be laid out, so when he comes out of the Tombstone, he's still going to be stunned. They have the Meteor on him, down to about half health. Back into the Tombstone he goes, back out he goes. Bushwhack, got the two of them, the Sunstrike, and they got both of them. Got to be careful the buybacks, though. They got to retreat away from GPK. WS is getting low. Aurora blew a lot for this. They cannot afford to lose any of these heroes while they're trying to clean up the rest of this fight.
Post is back.
Kiritich back into place just to make sure these heroes stay alive. Nobody else will die on Aurora. They retreat successfully. That's a win. It gives them an opportunity here. If they can do that again.
It's kind of a late buyback by Kiritich. I think if you're gonna buy there, you instant buy, you send it, and you try and win the fight off that. Instead, you kind of bought while the disengage was already there. Now it's just wasted, 7 minutes on the clock. That's a very nice outcome for Aurora. They finally got the type of fight they're looking for in a high ground defense. It's a lot easier where you just get these heroes stuck under all the pits, all of the Jakiro spells. You can't move.
Thank God, Nightfall's gonna get a nullifier. If he wins Swift Link, I was gonna lose my mind.
We'll have it here. There's good target prioritization. That is the type of fight you want to go on the Necros because there was the Aegis on the Dragon Knight. Never even got popped. Man, all those Tombstone saves were just so annoying. As long as you have the pits on top of it, it's not the worst deal because you still have to come out into all the goo, but...
What happens if he refreshers?
You get dying?
Yeah, he just drops double tomb in like the same area. Do you just pop in and out of tombstones over and over again?
That's what happened. You had a refresher shard.
Oh, I actually didn't see the second tomb. That's
I
fine.
think he dropped it off to the side.
Okay.
So, yeah, you do just get to drop multiple ones.
But yeah, that single tombstone that they were playing in and out of, it lasts so long. Aurora do not have heroes to hit it very easily.
They were still dying while they're going in and out, though.
They were.
It was not bailing you out of that situation. All right. Find a Jakiro.
Up to 11 stacks.
Got ruptured. Just kidding, that's Flair's Boda.
Call in this mid lane.
Dodge the
Nice Wind Waker timing there from Mira. Beautiful stuff. Got a pit onto 3 of them. Meteor's gonna be dropped on Miro's head.
Just tanked it.
Sharpshooter gets Mira up to the high ground. GPK is just going to fly over this cliff area, still see if there's somebody for him to kill. WS has to pop his BKB. Nice call, got 2. Mira sets him up for the arrow to land onto Makoto. But it looks like the team couldn't fall in. I mean, it's pretty deep out there. Ice Path, Sunstrike doesn't actually land. Bushwhack, it also doesn't land. Good 4 staffs, get GPK out of there. Would have been awkward if he had died there. He does have an Aegis, but dying inside of the enemy base may have been 2 deaths for him.
Especially since this form is running out. You don't want to die cliff walking and get stuck on a bad side of a cliff.
Yeah, true.
No dragon form. They got a Jakiro buyback. They got an A on this off of the Invoker. That's about it.
Kiritich is almost level 30, so Reaper Scythe doing even more damage, can throw it even earlier in a fight. And he has a refresher too. So there is a possibility that you just double Reaper somebody who's being particularly annoying.
He also has a decent amount of Reaper stacks. Got up to 11, 27 HP region. Pretty nice.
Smoke from Aurora and the Moonlight Shadow from Boomboys. Both entering the same area. The triangle. GPK is already here. He blinks backwards. Gets away with the cold snap. They're going to try and catch him with the gate. A sharpshooter. Focus fire. There's the tombstone save. Very nicely played. Katomi is going to be the one in trouble instead. Focus fire still in the Dragon Knight, but GPK backs away. Miro trying to make his initiation. Only really getting the Jakiro for now. Might still be able to kill him. There's the BKB. Shackle shot does ignored. They do have the Reaper's Sight to finish off WS as well. So Aurora dropping 2 here. And look how slow Nightfall is. Goodness. And might just be able to catch
The
him here with the arrow. Oh, he had to BKB because it was on point there. Aurora are going to have to use buybacks, and they're going to be low on BKBs.
Beautiful fight there. The pits were doing a lot of work, but ultimately Tombstone save bails out the Dragon Knight. You're able to reset. Nightfall doesn't want to commit in on that tanky target.
I also think inherently, I'm not sure if they can really go Dragon Knight, especially since
so
he has
hard.
buyback. I think the one hero you can go for is Kiritich. Four staff timing gets him out of the sharpshooter. Pressure continues, trying to get the buyback to be used.
Triple arrow online now too.
Yep, and it's fishing for kills. GPK is going to join this, wants to speed this up a bit. Wants to threaten 2 lanes, maybe even Megas, before the 2 dead of Aurora are back up.
If you threaten, they're going to have to buy Underlord and take that fight.
Hero's trying to find an opening before they got a 2-man call! What a sneaky smoke that sets up a beautiful play! Makoto didn't die for it, but they did manage to get the support. There's that WS buyback trying to deal with the Tombstone right now. Look how long it takes to kill it. GPK pops out, Dragon Tail stuns. There's the Wind Waker, BKB, TP away. He's out. Nightfall's in front of Nightfall, and clean retreat from Boomboys.
Yeah, can get out with everybody?
I think so. Maybe
Holy
save.
bug,
He's got a 4-staff and an Aeon Disc. Okay. He is going to be the one to die. Not too bad, though. Only losing 1 support for that while getting the buybacks of both Mira and WS out of the way.
Drop the signature move right in the base. Definitely some little extra, BM points right there. Yeah, damage from the Mirana is starting to add up. He landed a double arrow hit at the end there. That was very smooth. What a call from Miro. Just smoked up that mid lane, jumped 2 under the tower. Aurora,
Radiant are scanning.
they were not expecting that at all.
Yeah, they were stacked on top of each other. That should not happen.
I will say there's a Roche spawn potential right now. It's kind of an awkward time to force that fight if you're Boomboys. They got lucky with a late spawn, so they're not going to have to buy Mirana, but they might lose more on the map right now.
Would be a nice kill if they can get it for free here. Katomi has been super annoying with the Tombstone saves. They'll get the Ceaseless Dirge on cooldown and deal with the high ground ward.
Really unlucky Roche spawn for Aurora. Might have been able to force something with this.
Yeah. Bloodthorn for GPK. His damage is mounting up. Meanwhile, WS has picked up a Scythe of Vice for some extra control.
Yeah, that's a really big item for this lineup because, again, their reliable initiation and control is what was lacking a little bit in this game. That helps considerably.
Kiritich getting his own Wind Waker, which will help get out of the pits. Help him get away from these Makoto combos. Makoto's being hunted down right now. He's a dangerous man, though. An amp damage.
They're trying to wait for the Mirana to get back here. Where you look for that jump.
Mira's going to find that initiation. No, he missed it. Smoke broke. They do have a BKB being used early by Kiritich, trying to just man up and go for the kill on Nightfall. Can he actually get it? He's braving through the focus fire. The macro fire's going to be laid down. The bushwhack, he pushed too far. He may have to use another buyback here to help out his team. A call on 2. Beautiful stuff. Miro just keeps on landing him. The follow-up sets of the neutrals will help out. An arrow lands onto the Jakiro, and they're wiping out everybody in this fight. Aurora not getting away clean. They pushed out on the map, said that there's just one final stand for them. They needed to be able to win a Roshan fight. Instead, the game likely to end here unless Nightfall can pull off some sort of miracle. No, a Reaper Sight to put him down again. They have buyback on him. They already bought back on the Invoker, but they have struggled to deal with the 5-man of Boomboys, and being able to do it with just 2 is impossible.
The stuns have been so good from Boomboys. This Mirana, every single time the arrows are landing, the axe calls have been insane in this late game. Miro found some very clutch 2-man calls. It just sets everything up. Yeah, the Necropulse dies, but he has buyback. And all he has to do is just exist in the fight. And he's your damage leader pretty much every single time.
Yeah. Oh, Kiritich, she just took all that net worth, shoved it down Aurora's throat, just ran at them, died. Bots 2 back into play, and his team had already kind of won the fight by that point. There's the buyback to be used. Mega's already inbound. Tier 4 is going to be threatened. They still have 50 seconds without WS. Maybe they can get Jakiro for a 3 versus 5 hold, but Aurora.
Possible. You just don't have to damage into these heroes with the tombstone saves.
It's going to need a miracle. And Mira, he's already got the initiation onto Nightfall for the dieback. Makoto, Aeontis, Prox, they're going to play inside their fountain, and GG is called by Mira. What a game from Boomboys and Kiritich in particular, the Necrophos of nightmares.
That was one of the Necrophoses of all time right there. He was so far. It's just disgusting how far ahead he was. He was an entire hero ahead of those enemy cores early on in the game. It wasn't like we're talking 80 minutes or something where the network's irrelevant. Like, he was absolutely jacked, and he made it work. He landed so many Reapers, got so much bonus regen. Just walking at him. Classic Necrophos. I walk at you. What are you going to do? Apparently nothing. You don't have the damage. I think the odd hero out in this game was absolutely the Wind Ranger.
Yeah.
Like, I just think it's too hard for Nightfall to go in, find the target he wants, have that target controlled, and bring it down. It's impossible. And in that sense, maybe the hero is Undying. Like, I think this hero stocks are just going up and up and up every game we watch. People don't have good answers for these tombstone saves. If you kill him, he has Ceaseless Dirge. He instantly comes back. He's in the fight anyway. It's too difficult to wear through all these lives. And then Soul Rip is honestly doing a lot of work in these late game fights as well. It's a significant amount of healing over time in a meta that seems to be trending towards survivability, tanking up, making your cores as high HP as possible, abusing buybacks. This hero just fits it all, right? And he's winning lane. So what's really the downside of Undying in a game like this? It's pretty hard to find it.
One of the only saves that persists against Nullifier.
Yes,
right.
That's another big thing. You can't itemize against Tombstone.
No,
there's just nothing you can do.
You just you just want better heroes to deal with Tombstone. That's all you can really do.
So, or you just have more persistent damage. Like, that's another reason this Wind Ranger feels really rough in this game, is because he has to commit his damage on target. That guy gets Tombstone. You pop out later. The Wind Ranger doesn't have BKB. The Focus Fire is wearing out. You had to go on some other target. You're getting Axe called. You can't just exist in the fight and deal damage. And I think that's a big difference in this game. Like, yeah, Kiritich, it's not like he's doing a lot, but he's just sitting there. And at some point, he has Ags, he has all the regen, and then he's doing a lot by just existing. So the skill difference in terms of how hard it is to execute, you know, it's very favorable here for the Necrophos.
Yeah, as seen from Makoto in many of these fights, throwing like 1,000 spells, meanwhile just dying to literally nothing from Kiritich.
Yeah, he took 1,000 damage from Heartstopper in that engagement right there. So, you know, what you're asking yourself, okay, we need a different approach to this game when you look back on it. I still think Invoker is capable of carrying this game, but man, it felt like the other two cores were just completely shut down. And no hero 1v5s in the current state of Dota. Yeah, you get one kill there with your Focus Fire, but then how do you commit to the long fight here?
I mean, Nero, just too many perfect calls.
Call was beautiful.
I mean, I will say that I think both offlaners did a great job initiating in this game, but Miro's calls were just sick.
Well, his are also more reliable because there is no save on the side of Aurora.
Yeah.
And once again, it's a save difference, the player, but also the spell is like, it's so much easier to play these late game fights when you can bail that first target out, reset, and go back in. I think it's something that Falcons have used a lot when they won TI last year. Like, they are really good at baiting you into the jump. That guy gets gone on, you commit just enough, you bail that guy out, and then the other cores go in and win the fight for you. And it's a really simple way to play Dota. It's a really comfortable way to play Dota because you're not sitting there going like, what if we get jumped? What if we get jumped? What if they're around the corner? What if they do, you know, we can't get jumped, we can't get initiated on. You're not thinking about that the whole time. You're just like, I see Necrophos in the front. I wait for something to happen. Something happened, I press my tombstone. Oh, this fight looks pretty nice. So I think there's a lot of comfortability there. It gives you more breathing room, and they executed it really well. Some of those fights in the early portion of that mid game were very close. You know, that bottom fight where the Shackle Tornado stacked. It's one of those moments in that game, like, how different does this game look if they snowball that fight in their favors Aurora? They get a Roshan. We'll never know, but...
if you had Kiritich in your fantasy, congratulations.
Yeah,
1100
seriously.
GPM. He had a KDA of 17, 4, and 11. He had over 1,000 CS.
69,000 hero damage.
69,000 hero
Nice.
damage. A nice game for Kiritich.
Yeah, very nice game here. And I feel like even his deaths, like he has 4 deaths, but honestly, I think 2 or 3 of those were him just, I'm purposely going to sack my life
That last one
to
for
buy
sure,
back.
right?
Yeah, to guarantee that the fight is easy as possible for everybody. So like, I don't even count those as real deaths because at that point you're just, I have all this gold, I have to use it. I may as well use it in a buyback.
Yep. All right. Well, that was game one. Very interesting one between Boomboys and Aurora. A lot of things to take away. We're going to think about that as we go to a break.
Boys have had a fantastic year, and I'm here to have a talk with Mr. Kataomi. I mean, as I mentioned, a really good year for you guys so far. How has that affected your confidence coming into this international?
It's mostly affected us at Riyadh. We got second place, so we're pretty confident in ourselves. Yeah, we're ready.
You're ready. All right. Well, what do you feel like you learned from that grand finals, and what do you feel like happened there?
I think mostly drafts. Like we messed up some draft in second, third, and fourth game, so we got something from it. Yeah.
Okay. When you're doing very well, does it make it harder to sort of improve and learn and do better?
Not really. I don't think any team right now is doing really good. Like, you know, all this year, it's a new team who wins a tournament. Was no team who win 2 tournaments in a row. So you cannot tell like, oh, I'm so successful. I cannot learn from this bots nothing. You know, I'm the best. You can always learn from other teams and from just your pups. You know. Yeah.
Looking back on this year for you, then, what's been the biggest highlight of the year?
I mean, probably our win at Vacha. Probably the biggest highlight, or like the Red Masters second place finish. Yeah.
What do you feel like you guys did particularly well, better than all the other teams?
I think we had like amazing hero pool and amazing like map awareness, like map understanding how the map moves in the game. I think at that moment we was better than other teams at it. Then we got a bit, you know, not lazy but you know, chill. So other teams like picked up from watching our replays, and we got a bit you know, down and chill. So we was again watching replays of other teams. Like I said, you know, you cannot this season be fully consistent winning all tournaments because it's really long season. There is a lot of tournaments. Yeah, and just at Vacha, we just was better team than other teams.
Yeah, the standard is extremely high. You mentioned having a really deep hero pool then, or a really good hero pool. Do you feel like that's the same now? Does this meta suit you guys?
Yeah, for sure. Like, you have to play all the meta heroes that was played. I mean, I think our team maybe even forced this meta of some heroes in another teams. You know, if one team play some heroes and they got successful with it, they're winning with it, then another team's also gonna rate these heroes. So that's how meta being created. Like, I created this meta with Bane and Wyvern. Now it's like any plus 5 playing it, and I'm getting banned first stage these heroes. I cannot play it. So when your hero's getting banned, you're just trying to look for something more to play and create a new meta.
So what do you feel like the team's mentality is coming into the international? Are you treating it as like big tournament, got to get the energy up, bring the hype, or is it more just like it's just another day of Dota 2?
I think it's bad to put that kind of a pressure on yourself and on the team. Like, it's something very big. You have to win it. You like, if you don't play good, then everything is over. Like, you know, everyone is dead. It's really bad to come to tournament like this. We're just trying to focus on our gameplay. We're just trying to focus on communication and supporting each other, and you know, not caring about like our mistakes. You know, because if you do mistake, you can always recover. You can always learn from it. It's not over. it's just a group stage, and yeah, we're gonna get our temp on group stage. Yeah.
For sure, for sure. And Katomi, thank you very much for coming to talk to me, and good luck
Thank
at the
you so much.
International.
Welcome back to the series between Boomboys and Aurora, where Boomboys have picked up the early lead in this best of 3. This is elimination. Reminder, we are in the elimination round. The teams made it through the groups, and they managed to get this far, but losing one best of 3 denies you an entry into TI playoffs.
And again, I think this is maybe the most brutal one of the day. They're all brutal, but like,
Of course.
again, I think both these teams had such high expectations
Yes.
for this event. Like, the disappointment's going to be insane. So
Both of them were clearly, I think there were 6 teams throughout the year that were like very clearly strong teams going into TI, all kind of contenders for the Aegis, and these were 2 of them.
10 seconds
I think it's fair. They're in the top 8 for sure going into this. So one of them will not be in the top 8.
That's right.
You gotta figure it out real fast here if you're Aurora, because that game 1, I don't think I look at that draft and feel like they were severely outdrafted or anything. I think I think I talked about it before that game, where what does Boomboys have that is worked against Aurora? And I think it's they just don't give up the bad pickoffs on the map. And I don't think we ever saw Aurora pick some core hero off and then snowball the game on it. It just turned into kind of a static game until Boomboys hit their timing, and then they made some smokes. Not all of them landed, but then the few opportunities that Aurora tried to get aggressive, it kind of backfired pretty hard, and then eventually this Necrophos just took over the game. So
Yeah.
it's kind of hard if you're Aurora to analyze why exactly that game is so difficult, other than let's create easier kill opportunities for ourselves. That's one thing you can maybe look at, like get this Undying out of here. Get these heroes that cause initiations a lot of problems and get some more reliable initiation. That's maybe the one thing I would look at if I were them. The Tiny for Nightfall could come into play. That's another hero that can do it really reliably, and the burst is just insane and extremely consistent. So that's what I'm kind of angling towards. Make the game easier for yourself to play in that initiation arena. Ember can help with that, because this is just a hero that synergizes well with any support duo and gives you really nice casual kill threat across the map. But I still want to see some like hard stun, hard disable, not getting countered by save type situation for them. Undying's still in the pool, by the way. Got to keep that hero in mind. Very spooky hero at this point in the tournament.
What are, like you said, more persistent damage? Like, what do you mean by that? Like, just like zone control type damage, like Firestorm? I mean, that's the thing. They had Underlord. Like, isn't theoretically you just are owning an area? The Tombstone is only a temporary save. Then you come back. You're still in Pit. You're still in Firestorm. What are better answers?
I think it was okay. I think, again, the Wind Ranger was just the odd man out.
Yeah, sure.
If your carry can't sit there and consistently output damage because you either have to run away from stuff, you're really BKB dependent, or your spells are just not landing, then it's a big problem. You just have to recognize the amount of HP you're going to have to get through in these lineups and account for it properly. And I think they underestimated how much HP you were going to have to push through in that game. And Wind Ranger's not the best at having to push through a tri-core. She's very good at answering a hyper agi carry directly and taking the big damage source out of the fight, and then you win it as a product of that. But that's not that was not that style of game.
All right, well, you don't think Liquid would make that sort of situation? Like, I feel like when Liquid draft Wind Ranger for Mickey, they have a scaling mid like they had with Invoker, and so it's not up to Mickey to kill 2 or 3 heroes. He only has to kill 1 guy.
Sure.
And then...
Oh, what? Is it mid-Slark?
It's got to be, right? There's no way you draft this hero this early unless it's you know, just a straight lane to counter pick to Ember Spirit. It's a very one-sided matchup.
They do flex it. Kirtich does play it. They're showing support, so it's not going to be some weird 9-class style Slark. So yeah, 99% you're thinking it's just mid-Slark here, which is... that's just badass right there.
That is. I mean, maybe the advantage of being up a game in the series.
Some mega confidence to go for this in a potential closeout match in this elimination series. And you're just going to jam mid-Slark. Again, the drafting for Boomboys has been incredibly fast and decisive, which probably shows very good prep, very good familiarity. They knew who they were going to play against, and they came ready and willing to experiment a little here Or maybe pull out something that they've played in scrims that's been successful, right? Maybe this like a pocket strat. You give the Ember, we get the second phase Slark. I will say Slark with Coddle is absolutely disgusting. This is one of my favorite combos that doesn't get talked about a lot because we often see this Coddle with the mid-spirit heroes, the spellcasters, but Slark is so good with Chakra Magic. It is insane. It also allows this hero to not have to invest in early mana regen items, which is a huge deal for Slark because you just want to go all aggression. You want to ramp into as fast of like a diffusal into a faster Ags if you need the Ags in the game, whatever it is, where your extra attack speed and agi comes online so you can start building stacks and not have to worry about I have to go some Orchid or something because I need mana on this map because you run out of mana on this hero incredibly fast. So Chakra is such a big spell for this hero. It really changes how fast you can play. I'm excited to see this. This is a really cool pick. Could work out really well here. We talk about persistent damage. Slark is one of those heroes that gives it to you. If you're going to play a bunch of tanky boys with tombstones or you're just sitting in the middle of the fight, this hero can give you that. Very rat-oriented lineup in a way from Aurora with Ember and Lone Druid.
Yeah.
Really threatening to push some lanes in and then find the pickoff.
Simultaneously, also a lineup that I think is going to be able to operate pretty well 4 versus 5, no matter what their last pick is, right? Ember, Undying, Hoodwink playing around sounds like a pretty scary trio to fight into.
I think this Underlord pick is... I mean, part of it's like we have to have something against Lone Druid, but I think part of it is they're looking at all the map pressure and going, we need some hero that can just deal with waves.
And then add on to the fact that it's a good answer to Ember Spirit.
Yep. I think the pick makes sense.
Yeah.
I think it can get abused, like game 1. The Underlord pick made sense to me, but it did end up getting abused by a very strong lane and an Undying, which is a really good matchup for Undying. So you're in a similar boat here where you need this Underlord to help fix your map and let your Slark and supports run around without having to deal with a lot of lanes. You just need it. Otherwise, this draft doesn't function. But man, it could be a really tough Underlord game into Lone Druid Undying lane, Hoodwink breaking you, and then you're just taking every fight under Tombstone. Toxic, man. There's a lot of toxic heroes in this meta right now, I will say. These games look kind of miserable to play for a lot of people.
Yeah. I will say, like, the Slark is really cool and all, but once we get outside the laning phase, their lineup does look just really clunky.
Oh, yeah.
Bane, Coddle, Slark, there's no, like, clear way to kill heroes in my head. You know?
It's
like,
awkward. It's very snowball dependent. You're just like, we're going to win mid lane with this Slark and run the game over completely. Unless this is just carry Slark and they pick another mid, which would make the lineup more well-rounded. But do I believe in carry Slark? I don't think I do.
I almost feel like the way to round this out is you need like a pure style like Dawnbreaker carry type deal. You know, like a very active playmaking type carry. I'm not saying Dawnbreaker is the answer. I'm just saying like a hero that can actually go in and play with supports and be active and get kills.
Or you can last pick Broodmother.
You've been on this Broodmother.
I really have. I still think that hero has a place in the meta. People, it's a hero when people forget about it. I don't care how bad the hero is on paper. Like, it's going to win you a game. But I doubt we'll see here.
your kill threat looks so weird if you put a Broodmother in this lineup. Who's going in? Who's going in for... Because right now, it's like Slark kind of goes in. Not really. Underlord usually wants to respond to somebody else going in or something else happening, right? He gates into the fight.
Well, then, but what is Kiritich playing here? You know? Is this just Alchemist or something?
Yeah, I think it's a melee strength stunner.
Well, he has his choice. There's Sven, Alk, and Tiny all in the pool. I'd say the Sven and Alk look better than the Tiny here against the LD. Alk could snowball this game a little more. Not a bad Alk game if you just tempo it. Don't let the LD farm, right? Which I think is what you're basically proposing, because when you pick this mid Slark, you're saying we want to run the game over.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and AFK farm. So I kind of like the Alk here. I think the Alk fits what they want. It's another hero that can gobble up some waves. Can just sit there and kill Tombstone and not be threatened. It's good against the Ember. I'd be pretty.
I imagine the passive is pretty good against Lone Druid, like ratting, right? Like you hit the bear, you're able to go, ooh, it's an IO!
It's Siggy. This is a team that was really developing this. That's very interesting.
Is core IO actually good without Largo, though?
Yes.
Okay.
If you're really comfortable playing it, and it is good with Slark. It has to be good with Slark.
5 seconds.
These two running in with all the attack speed, the heals, the buffs, the amps, it looks terrifying.
Ooh, that's a nice Night Stalker pick. That's a really nice pick.
Wait, why do you like it so much?
What do you mean? It's good against like all of their heroes except for Underlord. It hunts down backline supports. It's pretty easy. AoE silence is debilitating for Slark, combined with the his movement. Like he can stay on top of Slark, keeping him silenced while also staying in front of him, not letting him get a pounce away.
So I think I'm a bit more mixed on it because I agree the matchups for the Night Stalker look really good here, and it's hard for me to say this pick is not going to find some value. But I also think there's a chance Boomboys just kind of power through it. Like you have nighttime vision on two heroes in the Bane and the Slark, which kind of helps maneuver this hero and not just get jumped and completely debilitated. And then because you have this IO and Chakra magic behind the Slark, I see a world where he kind of just sits there. He's tethered. He's getting overcharged. You run him with Night Stalker and like he just sits there and hits you, and you silence
Yeah, but
him, and he
it's
just
not
sits
just
there and hits you, and it's like
you've
gets
got a
really
four-man
weird.
squad that's running around together, right? Ember, Night Stalker,
True.
Hoodwink.
True.
He's not trying to solo kill heroes. He's going
No,
in,
for sure.
and he's got a sharpshooter that's coming in to burst down whatever hero he's going on, right? He's got Makoto jumping in with him to make sure he's not isolated and being solo fiend script. You needed something else to go in with the Ember Spirit, I think.
This does give you your reliable initiation source, I guess. You're gonna see something no matter what.
For sure.
I don't know. I kind of like this Boomboys drive. I think it could also fail spectacular.
I
think-
mean, 100%
Yeah.
this lineup has the capacity to fail bigly.
It's an incredibly volatile lineup. It's either we're gonna be out of here in 10 minutes. Either way, you know, like
Yeah.
it's just one of the smartest drafts of all time at TI, or one of the ones that's just gonna look the most dog.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those games where it ends at 40 minutes, and there's gonna be some players on this Boomboys lineup that have like 1,000 hero damage. You know, what are we doing here? You know, you write that one off. There's
I
no
think
in
it's
between.
way more likely that happens. I think so many pieces need to come together for Boomboys.
It's very high level execution.
I just don't think that IO has the partner to make this reliable.
I'm gonna believe.
I'm
I believe
not going
in the mid Slark. I think they have the tools. I think the way why they pick these heroes makes sense to me, which gives me some confidence they know what they're doing. Kirich is super experienced on this IO. I think I believe here. I think I believe, but I'm happy. I'm also happy to believe and see this fail spectacularly because I think that is a real possibility.
It would be
and
really
then
funny.
We get a game 3. Okay.
Okay, like a 4-man decay or something.
What is going on? You're not winning this level 1 fight.
All right.
One pounce level 1 in this matchup?
all the nighttime heroes smash into each other in the mid lane.
I guess pounce level 1's fine. Yeah, that's a tough fight into Undying level 1. Normally low
Actually,
not that strong, but
I don't. That positioning on smoke is kind of questionable against Night Stalker, right?
well, they have night vision, right?
Yeah, I'm saying Night Stalker saw them smoke.
Oh, you're saying this? Yeah, is a little questionable. You really have to be aware of the night vision in this game if you're both teams, and not just take it for granted. Cutting some trees for easier pulls with the spirits for double camp farm. See, this is all the small things you need to understand with IO to be really efficient with the hero and make it look good. And then it's kind of a broken hero. Man, the execution in this Boomboys lineup is gonna have to be insane. This might be one of the like highest skill ceiling lineups I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, for sure.
But man, if it's gonna take some work to make it work. I'm just watching mid, dude. I just want to see what GPK does here. What can he make happen in this lane? What does it look like over the first 5 minutes? Oh, he got denied. It's looking grim.
Another situation where Makoto is dealing with the counter pick, which is kind of GPK's MO for the longest time. He's such a dominant mid laner that he gets really good value out of counter picks.
For sure.
Do you think that, so here's a kind of like almost a theoretical question. Do you think Bane's nighttime vision is actually good against Night Stalker?
Yes. What? How's it bad?
Because Night Stalker's nighttime vision is greater than Bane's.
Oh, you're saying... I just like the old argument of people used to debate Furion against Naga, and it's like, who's dealing with whose map pressure, you know?
Yeah.
It's the same argument. It's like, is Night Stalker ruining Bane's advantage at night, or is Bane negating Night Stalker's advantage at night? And the answer is it's always a little bit of both. It depends who's trying to pull ahead and be the aggressor, and who can kind of shut that down or get the slightly better positioning.
Okay.
I agree with you. Night Stalkers can play around Bane, right? But I think having the extra nighttime vision against Night Stalker is always nice because it's rare that you have it.
WS wakes up Mira and will tank the spirits for him.
Ooh, that damage.
Being a little worse for wear.
This is a strong lane, Bane IO.
Yes.
Play it well. It's a lot of sustain over the long run. And it's just hard to win the trades, hard to win the region battle. So I fully expect Boomboys to win that.
I mean, there's no reason, you don't even try, right? If you're Aurora,
No,
there's
you're
no
trying to
reason to
farm.
even try and play to go for any harassment, probably not even a kill until like level 5 in nighttime.
I think both these safe lanes are going to win as they usually do. I mean, they're just too broken, and mid is going to come down to some skill off of GPK. You can build up some stacks.
GPK is getting the better of the CS for sure. Makoto has
Getting low, though.
worn GPK down a little bit. Certainly would be a massive play if you could somehow get a kill on him.
Just got to keep spamming that saltwater shiv. Get a little extra HP going.
Yeah, super annoying. Level 2 Shiv is like, in a way, so broken. 8 regen steal.
It's pretty value.
Like, straight up, you have to utilize your tangos at like very strategic times against
Yes.
Slark. Because otherwise he just kills all the regen you get from it.
You can't go negative, though. So
Okay.
kind
Yeah.
of play around it. He always gets the full amount. So he's just going to spam it. But tangos are definitely a little worse in this matchup. Bear's free farming down here. Quite happy. Nightfall once again in his element.
No surprise. But as long as Miro is doing okay, it's still acceptable, right? Because it's Underlord versus Undying.
Yeah, you're quite happy with the start that the Underlords had. Curly Boots. Might even try to kill the bear.
Trying to get...
Get beat up. Chakra Magic's also going to do some work on
They
this.
blood grenaded it. They really want this kill.
They're going to get it.
And they will have it.
Oh,
Nice.
that's-
195 gold and a resummon.
That's huge. Again, this Underlord has mana, so he doesn't have to invest as much in early regen. He can just get to faster boots, faster phase boots. He's really happy down here now.
Yeah, he can spam out Firestorm more than you usually can in this Lone Druid matchup. Because he's not just getting the mana from the Coddle, but also it's an Undying who's spamming out spells, so his stick is giving him so much mana on top of that.
Boomboys playing the side lanes really well, except they died top.
Get the kill. That is not what we expected whatsoever.
A lot of regen investment up here. That's multiple salves for Mir. It does pay off because it's the first blood.
Being able to get a kill with the Night Stalker lane before nighttime.
Pretty wild. Into the aisle, too. Probably not a kill that should have happened, but they will gladly collect on it.
WS also went for a level 2 Void, which is part of the reason they got that kill. Most of the Night Stalkers nowadays have been going 1-3-1, where they max out the silence and use it to like farm up stacks, which is what I expected considering this is such a tough lane. Kind of expected Mira just to stack up for WS. WS would go and clear some hard stack with Crippling Fear. And
I think you can also put 2 points in the Void and then still max it.
sure.
And you're kind of okay because the damage ramp just doubles. So
Kiritich being dove underneath tower. Don't have the mana for the Void, otherwise he would be dead. He dies anyway.
save TP.
WS can get the heal off of Midnight Feast, so he's not really in danger here.
They're looking at Makoto mid. Don't know if you really have kill threat here though with the Bane. Almost level 6 on GPK. Could try and just all in him with the ult.
You kind of need to at this point to offset what happened in that top lane.
You gotta find something here, right? I guess this Underworld lane is overperforming with the Chakra Mat. I guess that's just Coddle, right? Coddle always overperforms his lane. So you have a little bit to fall back on there as Boomboys. But right now, you're gonna have to start playing through this Slark.
Makoto begging for the power rune to be bottom lane, and it will. He's rewarded with a rather weak rune, but it's a rune all the same. Refills his bottle, gives him some resources to get this kill on save. Nice push there from save. That was pretty nifty.
Waste some time here.
Night Stalker going after the IO again.
He's getting pressured up here. Just doesn't have the helm done. It's a long way away. Trouble CSing. Slow start for Kirtich. We're a little concerned about this Isles position right now. No one's going to be able to help bail him out. It has to go through the Slark this game, so there's a lot of weight on GPK's shoulders right now. Boomboys maybe starting to sweat a little bit with this lineup, like, did we overcook it here?
Yeah, they got to bring GPK over here. The threat of the bear, both with it being able to sit on the shrine and then being able to play to it at some point in time. WS will protect his own shrine here. Nightmare play gets him off the Wisdom Shrine. Oh, he body blocked him enough. That was fantastic from Kataomi. He'll obviously die for it, but worth it, I think.
There's no way he should have gotten that. How did he not get in the circle? That's ridiculous.
Sick body blocking.
Yeah, it really was. Big plays. That's absolutely worth it. Pick up the Hoodwink on the other side as well, so it's an even trade anyway. One permanent Agi for GPK. Very happy with that. Gets some mana, and he's going to start hunting.
Kirtich trying to slip past Makoto. Makoto now knows where he is off the spirits, is making the call. Night Stalker, get your ass over here. We got a carry to kill. Got him on the slight chain, stopping him from tethering too far away here. GPK, though, got the lockdown on the Ember Spirit. Makoto's in some trouble, and he's locked down by the gate. They all in commit to kill the IO. WS is still going to be able to get out. They have an Undying Tombstone on the high ground. Boomboys are still able to fight through it, though, just having superior numbers. Kiari going to be run down. Decay is helping, but it will eventually fall. WS is looking for his third kill out of this fight. He killed the Coddle and the IO, but his nighttime, or his flight, is running out soon. Can't really fight into the Slark. He backs out.
See if GP can get the D-Ward too. He does. So that's the other benefit of this Slark. You're going to be able to kill some vision in this game. Not the worst fight for Boomboys, considering how much the Night Stalker dominated it, because your Slark got a lot out of that. And that's always the main game plan. It's going to be a battle between this Slark and Night Stalker in terms of who can ramp up faster here and just kind of take the game over. That's what it feels like.
Faster GBK can get a Diffusal Blade, the more he can snowball this game. Nightmare back into the pounce in the mid lane. Oh, missed the pounce there, GPK. Whoopsies.
I mean, it's hard to hit pounce on a slept target.
I guess so. Lone Druid comes through the gate and will take the safe lane tower away. So tower advantage will go to Aurora. Not terribly surprising, though.
Pretty successful laning phase for this Night Stalker. 104, second highest net worth, got involved in a team fight, came out the better for it. Looking very solid. WS right now. And he has some good targets to hunt, like we talked about, some squishy boys on the map.
Mm-hmm.
GPK is hunting another obs, but can't see it. Now he sees it. Wait, does he see it? What's going on here?
Where is this vision? Found it finally.
Oh, you got 2 for the price of 1 Sentry, I guess. Nice.
That's a lot of golden experience.
Adds up. Does mean he's not hunting any hero right now. Probably need Diffusal before that really kicks off anyway. Shielder in bottom. Gets gobbled up here. And the map becomes pretty static.
This play has been so funny. How many people do this?
Aurelican's just chilling, man. Watching the show.
Yeah.
Welcome to TI. Whoa!
Blasted down. Katomi is given the mid lane so he can get his level 6. GPK will find his diffusal blade in the jungle somewhere. Kiritich is recovering after a bit of a rough laning phase with his Helmet Dom. Wants to get to his Aghanim Scepter, and then he'll speed along to carry Io, make the jump onto Katomi.
You gotta be careful on plays like this, though.
They do have the Dark Ascension, Oyui silence, but very good pit coming out. Now the Beam Script couldn't keep the silence onto the Bane. The Bane will be the death of the Night Stalker. Kiari with the Flesh Golem is still kind of hard to fight into with the Tombstone out there trying to deal with these zombies right now. Kiritich about to relocate back and away. And he's out of here. They dealt with the Tombstone. That'll decrease the pressure. Bushwhack somehow missing both GPK and Miro. The Underlord pits have been doing some work to stall the aggression of Night Stalker.
It really gunks up the early fights with this triple melee core lineup. I mean, you get BKBs and stuff later, you can bypass it, but right now, pretty hard for Nightfall to join a fight like that and find impact. He dealt 44 damage. You know, this bear just doesn't exist. Nice reload in, nice defensive gameplay from Boomboys. Really good grit from Kataomi, and that's what you're looking for. Just stall out these Night Stalker timings and put the game in a place where the Io can continue to farm up, recover. You get to that defusal on the Slark, and then your options open up considerably. "12-minute power room. Arcane bottom. Went over the cliff.
It's going to put Mira in a bad spot, trying to keep him close enough for GPK to get the kill. Bounce after him, sharpshooter pushing him farther away, trying to get to the trees here, but a nightmare will ensure his death. Finally, GPK does get that extra bit of permanent agi he was looking for.
It adds up. We've all been in that pub where the enemy Slark has, 20 permanent agi. It feels pretty doomsday-ish.
Mm-hmm. And that kill was without the diffusal blade, which will come through. Rod of Atos. Really interesting, like most people have been ignoring Rod of Atos on Underlord, but I feel like this game, it's a fantastic choice.
It does look good here just because Night Stalker Ember are not building early dispels.
Yeah.
So they're just going to be stuck forever, and the control goes a long way when you have this kind of lineup that's all built around Slark just hitting people.
Yeah.
Any sort of disable is so nice for GPK.
It just makes their lineup less clunky, I feel.
Yes. You also need the extra stun and the range of stun. Bear goes to sleep, little hibernation. He's not going to like what he wakes up into.
Kiari's sitting here. A lot of heroes are stacked up.
Okay.
Night Stalker does TP in. Dark Ascension's ready to go. Boomboys, they're in pretty deep, and let's see if they can get some punish here. Rod of Atos trying to keep the Night Stalker at bay while Makoto goes after Safe. Beautiful Bushwhack catching two. The silence almost locking down GPK, but it gets away. Got the pounce out, pops his ultimate, goes to the TP out, but they still managed to stop it.
Kill.
Now it's just one after another. Aurora dismantling Boomboys. They will get the TP away on the Underlord at least.
Not respecting WS being able to come in there. Your low resources on Underlord, there's nothing really to reload in there for. And your positioning is really deep for the supports. Felt good about that bear kill, did not feel good about what it caused afterwards. Reload on the Wisdom Shrine just to defend it. I mean, look at Miro at the start of this fight. There's no chance here.
Yeah, it is a dream situation for Night Stalker Ember Spirit.
Great bushwhack from Mira. Set everything up. You just have to get the hell out of here. This is going to be the nature of these team fights. Either the Slark can stand his ground, or you're trying to bail. And if you're trying to bail, there's a lot of chase down in this Aurora lineup. You're probably screwed in that situation.
Yeah. WS gets a Blink Dagger. And he's going to go back for Soul Ring, and he's also going to get Shard.
Dig it. Dig it here.
Also, one more thing. The man has the Crimson. So he's got the red version of the Crippling Fear.
And what does that do exactly? Just morale boost?
I guess so.
Okay.
It means he likes Night Stalker.
I see. All right. He didn't sell it for a GateCube, so that's probably a good sign. He's feeling himself. It is a sick cosmetic. We approach the 15-minute nighttime here. Very pivotal 5 minutes here for Aurora and WS in particular. He wants to find some more brawl action. Wants to get some nice kills. That's a juicy
Running
fish.
to the Slark, a beautiful blink silence to keep him in place for a while. He can still get off the ults and maybe have to TP away. He's got to get away from the bushwhack though first. Slight Chains doesn't land on GPK. He gets away with his ult. They're still going to try and chase him down. Another blink coming up for the Night Stalker. Keeps him in vision. GPK up hit, laid down, trying to bail him out. The relocate is coming in. Kiritich is going to make sure that GPK stays alive.
There's no mana.
The rest of them get out though.
These fights are so awkward. None of them have mana. They have a Kala lineup, but none of them ever have mana. What's going on?
Kiritich managed to get the tether away, and they will manage to get out. That was a really sticky situation. Good retreat from
I
Boomboys.
was surprised they get out of there. Honestly, I thought GPK was going to have to TP or something.
Oh,
dead
didn't
anyway?
respect the fact that WS might just keep chasing.
Ranabe
Toast. Oh, we still got him. Makoto with the slight. Got the kill. A beautiful pit, though. Laid out with a Fiend Script. No, Bushwhack stops it still. It might be enough. Makoto's still stuck inside this pit. Can't get away.
killing him.
He's just going in, though. He accepts his death and accepts the fact that his team will win the fight for him.
WS is just going to work, man. He is super aggressive with these Dark Ascensions and it's paying off. 3-1 in 10. You're right. It's a great Night Stalker game. How did I ever doubt it? The second the Slark falls, it's just a feeding frenzy.
Yep. Again, Slark can't really play the game he wants to. There's too much threat from Night Stalker. AoE Silence just ruins that hero.
I still think Boomboys are just operating on low resources a lot of the time, which is fine if you're just farming jungle or something, right? Isle's just trying to get to his timings, but then you can't expect to join these fights and have the backup if you're forcing them aggressively or just...
Yeah, playing one of the most dangerous night times on the enemy's tier 1 tower.
It's bold.
It's a hard setup for a team fight already. Add on to the fact, okay, GPK gets caught deep in the enemy jungle while Aurora were rotating to that tier 1. Makes things even worse. 2.5 minutes left of this dangerous nighttime. And Makoto and WS kick on the burners, just chasing after Boomboys. Boomboys playing all defense now around their tier 2s.
A lot of space for this lone druid to just vacuum up the map. I guess it's the same for the Io, who's farming quite fast here.
Which one do you think is the greater threat, though? I feel like it's got to be Lone Druid.
In a vacuum, lone druid. However, Io is a hero that creates really scary team composition situations that I think can be more terrifying.
The silence on GPK. Once again, needs some help from an ally to get that kill, and Hoodwink just not able to get there in time. The shot lands onto the Coddle. We get the Rod, the Pit, but that's just going to scare away WS. No real threat behind it.
It'll be interesting to see when Boomboys decide to ramp up the aggression with the IO involved. Because so far, that's been a big missing component.
Yeah, it hasn't felt super coordinated involving Kiritich.
And he has his axe, so in theory, you kind of want him to fight. It's one of those item timings you want to get something out of it.
Yeah. Though no reason to fight into the nighttime, right?
I think it is dissuading them for sure.
Yeah, just wait another minute. If you can limit it to just, you know, small little support pickoffs, I think that's acceptable. Still really gunning for this kill. This is deep into the tier 2. A dangerous area for WS because he can't get away.
Oh boy.
Too deep for WS.
Too greedy. Too deep.
2 kills and a tombstone, and pretty efficient map play because remember it's double global heroes and a Slark, so they can move around the map real quickly from here.
This IO does a lot of damage. You have to respect the turnaround potential. That was just way too forced of a kill for a Bane of all things. That's not really changing the nature of the game.
Yeah, it's different when you get BKB on Aurora, you can make those kind of dives because then there's only Fiend Script. So you can all in on a Bane knowing that I can BKB fly out of anything. But without it, man, too dangerous.
You also just hate dying during nighttime.
Yeah.
You lose so much of your impact on the map.
He used Dark Ascension as well to try and get out, so this daytime, Boomboys can kind of do whatever they want.
Certainly going to set you back a little bit. You can still farm, though, with the Shard.
Pretty good read there from WS. Kills the big creep wave and very frantically gets out of there, blinks back, pops his drums, everything they can. They know the threat is coming from Boomboys. They know that Boomboys are likely to be looking for kills and to mow down objectives. There's all the tier 1s, rather. I was going to say a lot of them. Every single tier 1 tower is still up on the side of Aurora. That's not going to last, though.
Is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
There's the axe for the LB.
Almost got him off the tumbler toy.
This game feels like it should be more in favor of Aurora, given how dominant they've been in the fights. So kind of impressive how much farm the IO Underlord have been able to pick up. And they're quite strong when they group. Should not underestimate this lineup if they're together at 5 at the start of the fight, which we haven't seen.
Yeah.
It's all been very guerrilla, skirmish heavy. The fight's starting, someone's out of mana, somebody dies. If you're just together as 5 as Boomboys, that's where this Night Stalker power is going to be tested. Can you just run into that brick wall, be able to deal with it?
Such an early Aghanim Scepter done on this Lone Druid does mean there's going to be a lot of split push to try and stop that 5-man power of Boomboys, but Boomboys also have the global potential, both Underlord and Relocate, to alleviate that pressure. Jump in on Amiro. They're going to burst him down here, and the TP is canceled. Boomboys make the read. It's not a situation we should try and play for.
Nah.
And that is actually going to be fast Roshan with a Flesh Golem and the Bear close by. They go straight to it. This is a huge opening for Aurora.
Very nice sequence for them. All during the daytime as well.
Yep.
Makes it feel even juicier. This game could turn into a farm fest very quickly. If Boomboys feel like they can't fight based on how the early game went, they need to recover this Slark, then it's really only the Night Stalker who's going to want to continue to pick up the pace and the action. A lot of heroes are going to rush BKB in this one as well. This could turn into some weird map dance, which generally is nice for a Lone Druid. Nightfall might be the real winner out of all this. He just gets to push down waves, mega farm the map without anything happening. I guess Io right up there with him. 2 Ag Scepter rat-oriented carries. Takes you back to those anti-mage days, doesn't it?
Yeah, talk about a dead hero. When was the last time Anti-Mage was meta for more than 3 months?
Burning still played professionally.
No, I feel like Valve missed an opportunity to buff AN.
True.
For a Chinese TI.
Bear versus Ball. Bear will retreat.
I mean, he'll tactically farm.
It's actually funny watching these interact. It's like neither one wants to deal with the other. There's a truce.
Yeah, they just want to be able to hit creeps around each other. Good read on the wards here. Hard to keep this aggressive vision down against the Slark. Another nighttime's coming up. In fact, you're at that window where WS, he's down for any fight. Dark Ascension will lead to the next nighttime.
I think he has to just finish BKB now.
Yeah.
You're going to have an Underlord Ags. That's going to cause you a lot of issues if you can't just man up and kill the one target you go after first.
Huddled around this tier 2. Bear's going to start the assault on it. The Dark Ascension initiation from KR. He got a beautiful tombstone already blowing up the Underlord. That was fast. With the extra damage amped from the Flesh Golem and the Sharpshooter bringing him down. Miro had very little impact in this, and that means Boomboys just got to stem the bleeding. And thankfully, Kiritich was there to do so. Saves GPK's Slark with the relocate. Should be able to tether back. Oh, he's actually going to pop BKB, and they're going to fight into the Bear. Fight into Makoto, who loses Aegis here. WS slowed down. No longer has the flight. Oh, nighttime. There's a little window here where it's still daytime, and WS is almost dead. They got him on the final orb.
These balls are doing so much damage right now.
Aurora not respecting it whatsoever.
Yeah.
Lingered a bit too much and let ball after ball slap them in the face. Mira, he's going to be hunted down by GPK with the Harpoon pulling him back in. Now it's Aurora's turn to be bleeding out some heroes.
You gotta respect that 50 pounds. It amps these things up. You're getting some spell amp off the overcharge, and all of a sudden you just get hit 200 damage, 200 damage. It's ridiculous how fast it piles up, and it costs the IO nothing.
Oh, pulled it back in. It's going to force Makoto to use his BKB. Not how he wanted to use that one.
And this is where, when we were discussing this draft, how much can you actually just run into Boomboys if the IO and Slark are tethered together and sitting there?
Yeah.
It's really hard to break that combo in this game. I don't think they have anyone who can sit there and man fight the Slark to get to the IO. So then you have to try and jump the IO?
Kiari's doing what he can to stall the Fiend's Grip, and it might have actually been enough here as Katomi, he got lost there.
Didn't even get the ward.
Put the horse blinders on. He was so desperate to get this kill that he didn't realize that there was nobody of Boomboys here yet. Aurora get there first, but now they're going to swarm in off the smoke. Here comes GPK. Fighting into the Tombstone, they know there's no BKB on the Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit in trouble, locked down by the Rod of Atos. Can't jump over to his Remnant. They got him. Beautiful stuff. The Bear is trying to go to work on the IO, but he's got plenty of heals. They just got to pick apart supports. They really cannot fight into this Slark IO duo.
They're so strong right now.
The Bear is going to die. Another 335 gold for that one.
This is getting concerning.
Relocate over to the other side, trying to catch the Lone Druid hero. They got him.
What a reload.
Beautiful stuff from Kiritich. What a call by him.
He's level 20 already, so he has the reload cooldown. That was a low cooldown reload. Up again in 23 seconds.
This is going to be the power of the global heroes against the Lone Druid. You can't really rat, and you can't fight into him.
This might be one of the games where the team that's down net worth feels way stronger.
Yep.
It's wild how strong Boomboys feel right now when they're grouped up and they're down gold. But the Bear, what is the Bear being able to do in these fights? He got the Coddle, and then you're starting to fight this IO, and you're just not doing that much damage.
Yeah.
And the second the Slark threatens you, you don't want to just start bleeding hits to this Slark, who actually handles the Bear pretty nicely.
I do think Aurora are kind of misreading how, like, they just kind of got to assassinate the supports. But I feel like they're like, oh, we're so strong that they just kind of barrel into the IO.
Look, I agree that their lineup's going to function a lot better if they can kill the backline early. However, that is also easier said than done if Boomboys are set up somewhere. And that's the power of the Slark IO on the front line. They're very fast. You have a lot of move speed to work with. You have the vision to work with. You might just need more items, I guess, on Night Stalker Ember, where you can just pop off. Ags Ember, Nullifier, Night Stalker.
Yeah.
Then it becomes a lot more interesting and more reliable. Right now, it might just be hard to take the team fight, so you might have to stall this game out a little bit. Just go back to doing some objectives with the Bear. Not run into this IO Slark combo that is pretty nasty right now. Full Mjolnir done for Kiritich on top of the Gunpowder Gauntlet. He has a greater healing lotus. He's so strong right now.
Well, that'll be some upgraded burst damage. They get the boomerang for Mirov the Tormentor, but here comes Boomboys on their way to hunt down some heroes. Is WS going to get caught here, or will he see them coming and get the blink away? Got him inside the pit.
Those have BKB.
Got the ults on him. He's going to have to BKB, and he will eventually TP. There's nothing to stop him, right? He's just trying to get away from the Bane, make 100%. Woo!
Brother.
That was a close call. Almost did not make it out of there.
One more hit, he's done. You have double Gunpowder Gauntlet on this IO Slark. There's a lot of right-click burst damage coming out quickly.
I love this. The fact that GPK and Katomi just sweep to the other side of the map. They really do not want to let Aurora push out these lanes, rat this game too much. Let the Bear get to BKB, where that Bear is going to be a lot more annoying.
It's a good target.
Yeah, they just keep on picking on this Underlord. What they can't do is stick around afterwards.
Damage, man.
Yeah, Makoto, he's going to have to use a Remnant. Kiritich barreling down at them. The Relocate's going to pull him back.
Not too far.
They're going to look again here. The Dark Ascension, it got popped there.
I think that is always the best target to start on. honestly. Maybe better than supports, because the Underlord dies very quickly in this game, and you don't want to tether him to bail him out.
Yeah. And it makes the Ember's game a lot better, the Night Stalker's game
yeah.
a lot better. It allows them to use BKB at better moments rather than just, oh, I'm stuck in the Rod of Atos pit.
Same for the Bear. The Bear doesn't have
that's true.
BKB or anything yet. Oh, here's a real question in this game. GPK finds another pickoff. He's got Gem, by the way, so... Oh, reload on the Squirrel.
Get him. I mean, you've got the cooldown for it, so you can kind of freely do this for support kills anytime.
The map is so scary the second you lose a hero. You just want to head to your fountain, so you don't bleed chain kills. My question here, Austin.
Yeah.
Who scales harder in this game?
I have to believe in Lone Druid.
I think it's Io Slark.
Think so?
I think if you get 5 or 6 slots on both of them, I don't see you fighting it. I
Yeah.
really don't.
I mean, they
you can
cover
kill
each other
everybody else.
so well, right? Like,
Exactly. You have Shard, you have
yeah.
so many, you have this fast reload.
Is under attack.
I just don't think you can handle these two. I think you can kill everybody else, and then maybe the fight gets weird, you know?
Yeah. Have you seen, by the way, that Nightfall bought his Shard for his Bear?
Oh, really? Interesting.
Dire are scanning.
Why?
Radiant's top tower.
Are Lone Druids doing this?
It's gonna pull somebody in, I guess?
Try and break a tether or something?
That's
I mean,
my
it
only
doesn't.
idea.
It doesn't go that far.
No, it's kind of hard to use.
Satanic for Kiritich. He's untouchable. He's going to be untouchable for quite some time. It's just Aurora will simply never have the damage to threaten him. Another pick off on Mira. It's fast too. Sharpshooter will not get him out of there.
It's just some lawnmower that just
Yeah.
runs at you. Reload on mid.
Relocate and the gate, all the stop. Nightfall's Bear, and he will not use a BKB for it. Feeds grip on Makoto. They have the Tombstone save, and they're going after the Bane with the darkness here. WS gonna cut him down. What else can they get out of this? Going after the Coddle, but they have to keep their distance away from GPK, who is stacking it up. Relocate back into plays. Kiritich gets the other side of Makoto, who with the long slight has no remnant to get out.
They're starting to cook them. The damage is just overwhelming. There's so much map control too between this IO reload, the Slark running around with Gem.
GPK is reading every Nightfall move.
Oh, that's his last Bear.
He's gonna force him to use BKB.
Okay, got out.
Actually, didn't manage to get away.
Very nice. It's got to be so oppressive to be on the map in this game.
Yeah.
Slark's killing all your vision. He has the nighttime vision presence. Then you have this 30-second reload, 40-second reload that's threatening you if you show deep on the sideline. And then they're Omega fast. There's 500 MS running around.
It's going to be 25 to 34 minutes.
Yeah, what a sick series from Kiritich so far. Absolutely came in prime form today. Proving his worth and then some.
You get the Roshan while the supports are hunting down the Bear.
And-
Cleanses off
yeah.
the Nightmare and then followed up with another slowdown, forcing him to use BKB.
Aegis on Slark. That is terrifying.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Welcome back, Harry Isle.
Oh, yeah. When it's good, it's real good. And I think people are definitely underestimating how powerful this hero is in the right hands. You need a player that can understand how to farm with it so you hit the timing at the right moment.
Yeah. It feels like teams are getting more open to take, like, it felt like initially it was just like, oh, this IO Largo, it's so broken, right?
Sure.
3-position Largo, carry IO. And then it was like, okay, you can also run the Largo 5-position. Still works. Now, IO without the Largo.
Dire's
It's looked
turret
great in this
has been
game.
killed.
It has. He's going to have Daedalus. He's going to go for a Scotty.
Took the attack ally target as well, which makes sense with this duo.
Which means you really got to stay ahead of this Slark, which is difficult to do when he's got both Harpoon and Disperser, 2 items designed to make sure that heroes stay next to him. Makoto doesn't pop the BKB until the last second. He died with BKB being used.
You just didn't see the 25 talent, or what?
What a disaster.
This is crumbling for Aurora right now. This is an elimination game for them.
Mira jumps out. Real quick kill, on to save. They also get the silence on Katomi. Both supports are going to be assassinated here. But can you fight into Kiritage GPK? Nightfall's Bear is being annihilated.
Where'd it go?
It's gone. Buybacks are going to be used. They're going to be throwing multiple lives, multiple bears, everything they have to try and stop Kiritage GPK. And they're just going to tether on out of here. WS is trying to get dieback onto Katomi. Does manage to do so. He's flying on the cliff areas, trying to stay ahead of Kiritage GPK. GPK with a harpoon back onto Mira. Mira making a run for it. Run. Has a bushwhack up in a second. Can he turn around and stop these heroes? No. Now WS is going to be killed as well. Makoto trying to jump away, but GPK got the pounce on him, locks him down. Did they have enough disable to keep Makoto from jumping away to his remnant? They do not. He gets back to the fountain, but they own this Radiant base. There's nothing Aurora can do about it. The bear is out trying to push out creeps because he can't fight the heroes.
Look at the stacks, 35 temporary stacks on that Slark plus the 16. He's overcharged, he's tethered.
And they are going to end the game. They're going to tier 4s. No buyback on 2 of these heroes. Nothing stopping the creep waves from pushing in.
No Bear's gotta do something. Is it even coming back? There it is. You gotta full send it here.
Tier 4, throw out the gate, stop these heroes. The Ancient is exposed, and Boomboys, there goes the bear. It just ran in and died instantly. There's no shot. GG is called. Aurora is out. Boomboys get the 2-0 and get revenge.
I told you I believed. I saw the vision. They saw the vision. I genuinely think that was one of the sickest drafts of the event. Like, in a game 2, you just decisively jam this Slark against an Ember. The Ember can go nowhere else in this game. It wasn't even the lane. It's just the idea behind this lineup and the timing you're going to hit with this IO is so insane, and none of your 3 cores can stand there and trade. And none of them were assassinating the backline, because what's happening? You're dropping this gate pit on your supports in the backline, and they're just sitting under it. And it takes so long to kill them that IO Slark is mopping someone up 10 times faster. Like, the damage is incredible between this duo. This is honestly a combo that you're going to have to think about almost in any game. Because if they get the right conditions with the right core matchups in a game that stalls out like this, and you're trying to play for some late game lone Drew timing, they just have time to farm, you're not beating this.
I think there are a couple of team fights from Boomboys, these defensive fights that were so crucial. The fact that they can stop Aurora from snowballing too much with this Ember Night Stalker.
I think they have to snowball this game to win it, and they had moments where it looked like it was going to go their direction.
Right, like this one where they just clean up kill after kill after kill.
I almost think that's an awkward position for Aurora to be in, because are they the team that plays like that, you know?
Sure.
They have been at certain points in time, but recently the meta is not favorable for that. It's hard to execute, and you stumble once and the game becomes really hard. And I think they felt that pressure. I think WS played really well. He definitely just full sent it. He knew his moments in this game. He found some crazy team fights. This was one of the best ones for them. You had a decent lead at this point, and it just never translated it into anything. Maybe the LD timings don't sync with the other two too well in that aspect, right? You're trying to join Ember Night Stalker fights with a hero that is kind of just designed to AFK farm.
Yeah. Maybe it works if, like, Lone Druid is the ultimate threat in the game, but clearly that was not the case.
Not even close. That last fight, the bear disappeared in 1 second.
It's just gone.
It's insane, that level 25 IO talent. Because the Slark has so much agi and so much attack speed.
Yeah.
You just are diving into balls plus 2 heroes Gatling gunning you down. It's disgusting. Rough stuff for Aurora. They get 2-0 eliminated here.
Yeah, after a year, there was a period of time where, you know, they were one of the top three teams in the world, right? They were getting to multiple grand finals appearances.
Disappointing exit for them, and a scary series for whoever has to play Boomboys after this, honestly. look at the series. Now you have to start thinking about some things.
Yeah.
Look at the bear. I don't think he hit anybody once.
I mean, he couldn't hit anything because GPK protected the IO with the shard, and they both just turned and killed the bear. Incredible.
Sark Shard's another problem in this game.
Yeah.
Because you have to commit in with your 2 assassins and try and kill supports or this Underlord with your BKB timings, and if they just sit under a Sark Shard under a pit, that's where I was not sold in this Night Stalker pick, because I think the biggest thing you had to address here is what happens when this IO Sark hits a timing. You either have to temple them out of the game completely or address it in some way. I don't even know what addresses, honestly. It's something you have to sit there and theory craft for a day, you know, with the boys and be like, is this going to do it? Is this going to do it? Maybe this combination of heroes. It's not that simple. Whew, what a game, too. What a lineup. And this is, I think Kiritich might be the best carry IO in this event. You have to respect his prowess on this hero, his experience on it, and how well he's playing it. It might be his best hero, honestly. Like, his game might have convinced me of that. Right now, he's terrifying. He knows how to execute this hero.
Which is incredible to do after a very sick Game 1 performance on that Necrophos,
sure.
right? Like, Kiritich has really pulled this Boomboys roster together, and as a squad, they're going to be in the playoffs of TI.
They're looking good. They're looking good. They're finding some momentum. They got some strats. They're cooking some people out here. Excited to watch this team on that main stage. They're going to be a fun team to watch.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we have more series to go here on the B stream. We've got another one to watch. So we are going to go to a break so we can load that up.